So, like I said, we're going to talk Bachelor in Paradise because we're already starting to wonder who's going to go. Clayton revealed that he has his eye on Jess from Zach's season, and maybe not like full throttle. I'll get into, kind of the context of this conversation. So, Clayton was
Hmm.
on clickbait with Bachelor Nation, and Joe asked him, has anyone caught your eye while watching Zach's season? And Clayton was like, yes. At first, he was very tight lipped about the situation. He didn't want to give a name. And then he says, well, I've been talking to this person a little bit. But then he switches gears and says, from all the things I saw on social media and what I saw on TV, I think Jess was pretty cute. She's a pretty cute girl. If you want the clickbait, she's somebody who I think I could be interested in. So I was a little bit confused at first because he says, in this conversation, he says, I'm talking to this person a little bit. So I'm like, is he talking to Jess? Or is he saying, I'm talking to somebody else and Jess is someone that I can see potentially liking in Paradise? But if it's the latter, how crappy would you have to feel if you're kind of talking to Clayton and he's on clickbait saying that he would be interested in Jess? I mean, what are your initial thoughts about this? In my opinion, kind of a weird conversation from Clayton.
So I actually missed that part because I knew about the Clayton and Jess, but I didn't realize kind of the lead up to it. Very interesting. Whether it's is Jess that he's talking to, and it was just kind of translated weird, or maybe the
Mhm.
only way he could get away with it is Joe did ask specifically from Zach's season, right? So maybe the
Mhm.
person he's
Yep.
talking to isn't from Zach's season. So if he had to choose from Zach's season, it'd be Jess, but maybe he's talking to someone who is from a different season. That's the only
Right.
thing I could
Do
think
you
of.
think I know it was just very very weird. I think he probably got caught up in the moment cuz really at first he didn't. He was like not wanting to say anything and then he kind of said everything all at once. But let's just pretend like, Clayton is going to paradise. Do you think him and Jess would make a cute couple?
I absolutely love it. As soon as he said it, it clicked, and I was like, this could be a thing. We might have a new king and queen
Yeah.
of paradise. I don't know. She gives me kind of Rachel vibes, and
Yeah.
I think he's got a thing for blondes. Even though he liked Gabby too, I think he goes for the blondes. And Jess, I mean, all I need
Uh-huh.
to know is she's a Swiftie. I trust her, and I really think her and Clayton could complement each other well. And then there's not all these also like she doesn't have these ties with some of the people who were on his season, so maybe it makes it a little
Mhm.
bit more messy versus oh this person was engaged to my friend or something like
Right.
that. Um I
Right.
see this I see this happening. I think the only kind of thing that they might trip over is Rachel potentially being on Paradise. I haven't given up hope between
Mm.
Clayton and Rachel. So we might have a love triangle, maybe. Well, I hope so.
I mean, the more drama, the better, right? I think Jess is going to be the hot commodity in
Oh
Paradise
yeah,
this season. We don't really have a confirmed, list of people that are going, but I would be very surprised if Jess didn't go. I also would
same.
be surprised if Clayton did go because he was very vocal about how he did not really deal well with the backlash from his season. And honestly, it can be too much from Bachelor Nation sometimes. Like, pump the brakes. Why are you DMing this guy like death threats? It's too much sometimes. So I guess just for how outspoken he's been about his mental health struggles and when it comes to the show, I would be surprised if he wanted to put himself back in that limelight. But I will say I feel like when it comes to Paradise, if you have a fan favorite edit on the normal season of The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, your reputation will plummet on Bachelor in Paradise. And if you were a villain, Bachelor in Paradise is the place you go to get your redemption story. So who really knows where any of these people will land when it comes to Bachelor in Paradise? Do you have any predictions or anybody that you really want to see in Paradise? I know I'm putting you on the spot right now, but just before we wrap things up.
Yes, I mean I will be so disappointed if Christina Mandrell isn't there. I think she is needed. She was made for Paradise. I
Yeah.
do think we're going to see Johnny again too. A little Rachel and Genevieve moment, maybe Michelle. And I'm like 90% like I have this feeling that Clayton will be there too. So definitely my prediction is just more leads than we've ever had before, making it way messy. And Zach's season, like their girls are just gonna like run the beach, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can't even remember like who was on these seasons. I'm like, who would be in Paradise? I can't even remember. I really hope that Justin Glaze gets another chance because I love him. Andrew, I also love Ariel,
Mm-hmm.
the heavy hitters. So Terrence says, I think Jess would be cute with Jordan, the race car driver from Rachel and Gabby season. I forgot
Yes.
about Jordan, the race car driver. That is
Yes.
an
That is a
excellent
great
point.
prediction.
And he went home
I
super
love that.
early, right? And everyone was really shocked by that decision.
Yeah, it was kind of like a grocery store Joe moment where he was like a fan
Yeah.
favorite, but like went home within the first few weeks. I don't know if
Yeah.
you saw this. Mercedes from Zach's season did shoot her shot with Andrew via TikTok. They did like a
Oh,
duet with Katie. So I don't know if Mercedes and Andrew should be someone we're looking out for. I would love that too.
yes, I would love that too. Well, hopefully, I mean, it is May, so they're definitely in talks, maybe even starting to film, within a couple of weeks. So I'm sure we'll be finding
Hmm.
out more scoop soon.